Hello everyone, today we're having a look at Plunder, Patrol, Punk. Now, Plunder Patrol is a relatively new deck to me, but it's one that I've been having a decent amount of fun playing through some of the lower ranks in Platinum. I'm looking forward to taking this into Diamond as well. If you're watching this, obviously, as it's come out, we would have been streaming this deck yesterday, but it's the day after I'm recording this, which is a bit weird. So we're probably going to have some more gameplay on Plunder Patrols after that. So we're going to hold off on a deck profile for now. So this is mainly going to be some replays and combos and talking about the deck, showing off some plays. If you've never played Plunder Patrol before, and opening up the floor to experienced Plunder players to come into the comments or come into the Discord, provide, advice, tips, hints, whatever it is you want to be doing. But again, this is a really fun deck. Absolutely loving it with the new support in the form of Jord, really making a lot of the extra deck monsters a lot more usable, and the deck overall significantly more consistent. It's much less reliant upon your opponent having certain cards or anything like that. Now you can do things actively yourself. So if you're interested in this style of content or anything else that we do on the channel, be it the stream spotlights, be it our streams themselves, be it anything else, feel free to subscribe. And if you do enjoy watching the video, hit the like button. Let's get into the gameplay. Alright, getting into game 1, we are going second. Now, this was during the phase in which we were learning to play the deck, so if you see any misplays, anything like that, call them out in the comments. We're going to max C this tier 11 player here. That is going to put us off to a really good start, especially considering we've got the Imperm in hand. They do, however, mill a couple of useful cards here. There is the Agido. There is the Sulek, so they get to search and mill even more. They may not choose the Fusion Summon on this turn because, again, they are under the max C. This game was about a week ago at this point, so I can't even remember. They are going to get milling a total of 8 cards, sending Exchange of the Spirit to the graveyard, so that's definitely worth noting. They have Exchange of the Spirit in the grave. This will be important should they activate Gravekeeper's Trap at any point. It looks like they're also playing a little bit of Dragon Maids, which is interesting. I can't say I've seen that one before. They're just going to summon Havness and then pass turn to us. Okay, so we didn't draw too much off of Max C, but we did slow them down. Ash in hand and Imperm in hand are both really good. We're going to pitch a card off Shipyard to grab ourselves a Golden Her. That's going to trigger the Shipwright, to get Milligan. So basically, a lot is happening on screen. I'm not covering it very well. What happens is all of your Plunder Patrols basically have effects that activate either in the hand or on the field, right? So, whenever they're discarded or sent from the field to the graveyard, they have effects that activate, right? So we're going to drop our Ash here. We're going to negate the Scream. I don't want him to get milling here. That's going to stop him, hopefully, from fusion summoning on our turn. We're going to normal summon the Golden Her, synchro summoning into Plunder Patrol ship Jord. Jord's going to grab back the Bluebeard from the graveyard, setting itself into a Pendulum Zone. Then it will shuffle itself back to summon a token with an attribute of your choosing onto both fields. We choose Light. The reason we want Light is for our fusion monster later on. We're going to special summon out a monster here so we can go into Blackbeard. That's going to trigger our Golden Her, discarding a card to summon herself back to the field, and we're going to use Redbeard's effect to equip itself onto our Blackbeard from the grave. That's typically how the deck works. They sort of want to equip themselves into the back row to boost themselves up and apply a number of other effects depending on what you control. We are going to go for the, what is this one, Eagle Eyes or something like that? Black Eyes. Crime, however, is going to negate the Seagate, which is interesting. I thought they would have saved that for the Blackbeard, but apparently not. And we're going to summon out Lice. So the way it works is, okay, he scoops it there, but the way it works is your Plunder Patrols can basically summon out, your Blackbeard anyway, can summon out a extra deck monster so long as your opponent has a monster either on their field or in their graveyard of the same attribute as that monster. Then you equip one of your Plunder Patrols onto it as material. They gain a whole bunch of extra effects and stuff, so we're able to bring out the Lice. Lice is a monster to get. Pretty straightforward. Our opponent scoops it up. They decide that there's no way they can win it from there. And it would have been tough, like a once per turn monster to get against here after you've already shut them down so much with the Shipyard and everything boosting us up so heavily. It would have been a tough game for them, so fair enough. Let's get into game 2. Alrighty, getting into game 2 now. We're going to be showing off a little bit more of the Punk cards in this particular game. We're going to go Zeoman here. Zeoman then searching our deck for the Foxy Toon. They're going to go Droll and Lockbird, which does hurt this deck quite a lot. We're going to use Foxy Toon, ditching our Zeoman to summon out a Deer Note. Deer Note's going to let us go into Dragite. For here, we're going to use Deer Note to revive the Zeoman, summoning it out to the field. Using our Shipyard, we're now going to basically normal summon the Golden Her so we can go into our Captain. We're going to use basically the Black Eyes to add Golden Hair back to hand, summon itself out the field. That's just to give us a target for Blackbeard should we want to use it. Because now Blackbeard can use its effect if our opponent controls or summons a monster of one of the key attributes, which is Dark, Earth for Jord, Fire for Bran, and Light for Lice. So if they control or summon or have in their graveyard any of those attributes, we can take full advantage of it. Drag Out, of course, also giving us a once per turn spell. Trap card negate. They are going to use our Blackbeard here. They tried to negate it with the Chinook. We're going to quickly chain to it to summon out the Morek, which is a dark monster, of course. They're going to summon out Zephyros and Zata, showing off some of the brand new Blackwing support. We're going to quickly, before he gets the chance to activate, Morek allows you to drop a Plunder Patrol card, then target an effect monster your opponent controls, banish it, then grab a Plunder Patrol spell or trap card. So we're going to banish the Zata or Vata before it can use its effect, grabbing the equip spell. They're going to link summon into Wise Strix here. Wise Strix attempting to summon out Sudri from the deck. Sudri getting shuffled back by the Zephyros, so he can then use it later on. Going into Sprite Elf here. Sprite Elf attempting to resurrect a level 2 from the graveyard, bringing back out the Chinook, but again, there's not very far they can go with this combo. We still have the control on the board. We have the banishment, we have negates, we have control, and there you go. A very interesting game from our opponent there. They were playing Blackwing Sprite. Now, Vata does add a little bit to the Sprite strategy, I suppose, but it kind of blocks them down a little bit should they actually resolve its effect. Very interesting combination. I'm just going to leave that one there if anyone wants to innovate upon that strategy a little bit, if there's anything there to innovate upon. What we're going to do is get into game number 3. Already getting into game 3 here. We've got quite a decent hand in terms of our Plunder Patrols. We're going to normal summon Redbeard and then use our Bluebeard. Now the thing about Bluebeard is that it's one of the very few that don't lock you into summoning Plunder Patrols for the rest of the turn, whereas a lot of the other ones do. So that is something you want to be careful of. They are going to max see us here, which is a little bit unfortunate. We decided that, you know what, we can't really take the risk of fighting this long game. We're just going to pass and hope for the best. We do have Veiler and DD Crow. They're going to try and imperm here. We're just going to utilize the effect of the Redbeard then. We're going to summon out the Jord by using itself as material. Now, Jord doesn't do an awful lot on the opponent's turn. Another Blackwing player in this occasion. They're gonna normal summon their Bora so they can search their deck for Shamal. Shamal then's going to grab them Black Feather Whirlwind directly from their deck to the field, but they don't have a lot they can do with it. They're simply going to swing in, destroying the Bluebeard so we can actually use its effect to get a mulligan, basically. And they're going to pass turn to us. So not a fantastic turn there from our Blackwing opponents either. We're going to use our Shipyard, searching our deck for a for a Plunder Patrol card. We're going to grab this back from the graveyard. And Jord now is going to do its thing with the tokens. Going to grant a light token to both fields. Now we can use our Black Eyes. We're going to summon it to the field, returning Bluebeard to our hand. Bluebeard there can special summon itself to the field, and we'll link them both off for Blackbeard. Blackbeard then's effect is going to use the Black Eyes to summon out Lice, drawing into an effect Veiler, which is a fantastic draw, but we are going to drop it for Whitebeard here just to hopefully give us a little bit more gas off of our discards. We're going to wipe out the monsters on the opponent's field. Then we're going to set one, use Lice's effect to summon out the Black Eyes, just so we have another decent target for our Blackbeard, basically, so we can go into whatever cards we want. We of course still have DD Crow and effect Veiler, so we should be pretty much good to go. We are going to Blackbeard now, summoning out the Morek, drawing into an Imperm, which is interesting. Dropping the Whitebeard to banish a monster, grabbing the equip spell, which will trigger the Whitebeard to summon out Golden Hair directly from the deck. Now Simoon is going to come out, they're going to try and search with Black Whirlwind. We are going to negate the Black Whirlwind because it was played in the Imperm column, so that is now negated. No searching for you, no cards left to play, and that is game. Now, those games weren't particularly in-depth, as I'm sure you saw, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to hold off before posting a deck profile on this deck. It's something I do want to play with a little bit more, and you've probably already seen me play it on stream, so you may see another video coming out very, very soon about this deck. But if you're interested and you want to keep up and see that deck profile when it hits, feel free to subscribe to the channel or join the Discord, which is where we discuss these sorts of deck profiles, and you'll probably learn more there than you will from me, so I would ask you to do so. If it does suit you. And yeah, that'll wrap us up. I'll see you in the next one.